Hello, hi, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to our training for today. It's going to be about the human capital attendance module webinar for today. Okay. Right. So, hopefully, from my end, you can able to see my screen. Alright. So, this is our webinar agenda for today. So, for starting is the MI attendance training. Alright. So, 11 we break after 15 minutes. After that, we continue our training. And last is the Q&A session. Alright. So before we begin the webinar, so participant may ask question anytime during session, but the question will be chosen and addressed by trainer during the Q&A session. And then the presenter will only answer question during Q&A session. Participant will not able to talk during the training. However, you just proceed to any question, just proceed under the Q&A session. For any question that presenter was not able to answer during the presentation, the answer will be shared via email by following week Monday morning, right? Alright, so next is the attendance process flow. First of all, we go to the Employee Self-Service ESS. Second, we go to the setup. Third, we go to monitor attendance on daily, weekly, monthly basis. And then we have the input clock data. And the next is a report. Last one is a log attendance. Alright, so this is the flow for the training for today. Alright, so we're going to show you one by one the flow of the attendance process. So training outcome by the end of the session, you should be able to first set up shift working hours, set up overtime rates, set up shift schedule, assign employee schedule, use duty roster, monitor employees attendance, view and resolve exception status, check employee overtime hours, and last one is a log attendance. Right, so first we go to the Employee Self-Service ESS. Right, so this is the example or screenshot from the system. Right, you can see the screen right hand side you. So this is the ESS request. So for employee can request or approver can approve. Request means maybe some of the staff request for the self overtime, request for the plan overtime, maybe request for absent, incomplete entry. So this is the right menu they can able to request. So this is from the web portal. Okay. So I'm going to show you where is it from the system. Okay. Let me share my screen. Right. So this is the first page before you log in. So you need to enter your email and password. So for the first time, I think you receive from email from the worksheet, right? So there's a link. So from link that one, you can click that link and create password at the moment. Okay. So once already the correct password, you can proceed to log in your email and your password and click login button here. If you forgot, you can click the forgot password here. Alright, so once already logged in, alright, so this is the first page. So this is called is for the dashboard. So here is a dashboard, right? So we focus on the right menu here. Alright, so if let's say your this is the right menu, you can click the my request. Okay, so this is icon for my request. Alright, so we focus on time here, column. Okay, so if you want to, if you want staff want to apply the self overtime, so means you want to request the overtime. Okay, you can click here and then click new request and you can choose the date. Okay, so this is the shift. So this one shift after you already assign the schedule, and automatically system will detect your shift in the attendance list. And then this is the overtime start and overtime end. So this is for the timing from when until when. So let's say for example you clock for the attendance request, sorry, for the OT request is after work. So means 9 until 6. So if you want to request 6 and above, please use the 24 format like this one. Let's say for example for 6, 18 until 20, 20 or 22, 20. So 20 is based on the 8 p.m. For 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. So please use the 24-hour format for after 1 p.m. and above. Okay. Alright, so here we have two options. So some of the staff will not pay based on overtime, but we give the replacement leave. You can ask them select the replacement leave. If let's say if this type is a pay by overtime, so you can select the overtime pay. So make sure this one you need to aware to your employee lah. If let's say some of the staff not required to pay via overtime, you can ask them to request for it based on replacement leave. So in the end of the day, so this one it depends on your company practice. All right. So that one is you can choose overtime payment based on overtime pay or based on replacement leave. Okay. Right. So below there we only have the project, reason, and remarks. So from there you can enter your remarks and you can click once you already click the remarks, and then you can click the submit button here. Okay. Alright, so once you already click the submit button, then uh, the approval side will receive the notification. So from that notification, they can log in and you can proceed to approve the self overtime here. Alright, so this is for the self overtime. For the plan overtime means you have a plan overtime. You already set the fix of the overtime 6 until 8 p.m., 6 until 10 p.m. or something like that. You have the planet, the overtime, so you can click new request. So this one is mostly is using for the supervisor side. So maybe you have some of the fixed overtime for certain date maybe. So you can request and you can select which time until what time. Then what is the reason? Enter the remarks and click condition. So this condition you can select which employee you want to plan overtime. Is that for all or is that for certain? You can filter option here at the moment. Okay, so this is the part you can plan overtime, how many hours and how many men requested you want to have this plan overtime lah. So if don't have, no need to request lah. So depends on your company practice on this one. Okay, short hours. All right, so this is the short hours. Short hours means let's say you have the let in, early out, or maybe break in, break out, something similar with the let in, similar with the early out, something like that one, right? So if let's say on that day, automatically system will detect that one is short hours. It will appear here, then you can select here. All right, so there's a two option here. If you want to avoid, so means void means don't have any detected after let in. So if you request approval approve, then there's no any late in or early out appear in the exception or status that one. If you want to check clock entry, yes, you can check. You can amend your time in. right? So there's a two, request to void or request for the change clock entry. It depends on your staff side lah. You can choose on this one, right? So if you want to request, if let's say don't have in the list of short hours, so means there's no any short hours detected in the attendance. If have, we will automatically detect here, right? So next is change shift. So this one, if let's say your staff want to request a change shift from A to B. So first you need to select which date and what is the uh, shift allocated. And then select the date, same date, make sure the same date. And then what is a new shift for this staff. Okay, so once already, staff can request which shift they want to assign it and then can click submit. So once already click the submit, yes, approval will allow to approve to change the shift on this one. Right, so next is an incomplete entry. Okay, for the incomplete entry is a similar with short hours list is automatically detect from the system. If let's say in the attendance record have the incomplete entry, so meaning to say is there's no any complete clocking. Let's say for example staff is forgot to clock out or clock in, either one. So automatically system will list out the clock incomplete entry here. You can click here and you can request. Okay, so you can request on this one, right? So you can enter your clocking and what is the location. Let's say you have have the location now, you can select the location here. Okay, so this is the incomplete entry. So if let's say don't have any list here in the incomplete entry or short hours, or maybe after this is absent, if don't have in the list on that day, but in the attendance issue is a complete status, so meaning to say on that day staff have applied the leave. So maybe leave that one have pending, not approved yet. It will show the incomplete entry status, but in the system we already detect staff already applied the leave, but it's a pending list. So once already approved, the incomplete entry will gone and we change to the annual leave on this one. Okay. So hope you this one is for the incomplete entry. So last one is for the absent. Okay, so absent means there's no any clocking and clock out on that day. So consider as an absent list. It depends on the attendance record also same, right? So when you select the attendance here, you can edit the edit clock entry, auto adjust. Auto adjust means it depends on your shift, what time until what time, or you can manually adjust. Right? So let's say that one staff forgot to apply the leave, but it show absent, right? So we have two options. You can edit clock entry or you can request leave lah. So which leave? Alright. So this is the example for the how to apply the leave lah. So this is the request of the leave. If let's say if staff want to apply the leave or request the leave to change or to make it change the from absent to leave lah of this one. But it depends on your in some company side. So but this one is the absent, it depends on attendance record. If let's say there's no any clocking or clock out on that day, so consider as absent. But that one you can request either you want to edit your clock entry or you want to request as a leave on that day. Okay, right, so this is for the my request. All right, so we go to the my approval. Usually it's my approval for the approval to approve only. So here the example, if let's say you have pending to approve, right? So you can click approve button here, or if let's say you have more than 5 in the list, you can select this checkbox one time. Then you can click approve button here. So you can approve one lump sum on this one. If let's say you want to check one by one, it's okay. Just change one by one. Check, is that everything okay? And then you click approve here. There's the two option, right? Here after you perform approve lah on this one. Right, so similar with the plan over time here, but for plan over time we don't have any check selected box. So at the moment for the plan over time, we don't have any check box selected for the order list. You need to approve one by one on this one. Then you can select the manpower here. Okay, so this is for the plan over time. So similar with short hours, yes, only for the plan over time don't have any check selected box for all. So for the short hours here, you can check and then you can approve one lump sum on this one. Alright, so here the details you can able to view. So this is the details. Alright, so when you go to the pending or to approve, automatically you can able to view here and you able to view the record here. Okay, same with the others, incomplete entry and absent. Alright, so this is for the incomplete, like this one now. Alright, so this is for the my request and my approval. Alright, so we share back to our screen for the slide. Okay, so that one is for the ESS my request and also for the my approval side. Okay, alright, so this is the just now I already show you the attendance request. So here for the mobile web version, okay, so this is for the mobile web version. You're able to view you can request from via apps here and also for the approval here. Approval can approve from here lah. So this is for the app version and right hand side you here is for the web app version. So we have two options. If let's say your some of the stuff, maybe the phone is not up to date, maybe it's because that is all version, so maybe not support to download the apps, we can ask them to use the web apps to log in, okay, in the phone. So no issue, so automatically system will fix based on like this one. As a phone you can able to view lah. Right, so this is for the app version and web app version. All right, so we move to the attendance setting. All right, so this is the attendance setting. You can set the shift, you can set the schedule, and then also set the location also on this one. All right, so first, so here for the screenshot, how to go to the setting. So first thing is click the setting button here, the setting icon. Second, we go to the attendance. Third, we go to this is the list of we focus on how to set the shift, overtime pattern, schedule, location, device, and also for daily allowance or monthly allowance. All right, so we go back to our system. Let me share my screen from the system side. So we will show you where is for the setting. Go to the setting here, the setting icon here, the left menu. Right, so you can able to see the left menu here, setting, and then we go to the attendance. Right, so here is the list of the attendance setting. Right, so first we go one by one. First we go to the shift, click the shift button here. Alright, so actually it's by default is already created on behalf of you for the default shift. But if you have your own shift, more than one shift or something, you can click new, add new button here. Right, so please enter the shift name here, and shift label is a shift code for the shift name. Right, so this is the color. So maybe from your end have more than one more than one shift. So you can differentiate the color here. You can set the color to differentiate for the for the shift. Okay. All right. So next we go to the shift type here. So we have the normal, semi-flexible, and flexible. So you can choose three. So normal is normal based on the shift start and when until when. And full day working hours you can set 8 hours lah per day. Okay. So normal is normal. We follow based on shift start and shift end. Okay. So for the semi-flexi, means is specific hours within the time frame, office or retail. So maybe you have some specific hour within if you want to use the semi-flexible lah. So especially for the office or retail lah. So next is for the flexible. So this is a flexible means we follow based on your uh per hours day. Let's say for example like this one. Then you need to set the 8 hours. So means need to complete 8 hours. So you can clocking anytime, but you must complete 8 hours per day lah on this one. Okay. So that one's for the flexible. Okay, so next is for the is a custom shift. If yes, you can enable lah. So next is a manually earliest latest clock. So meaning to say on this one, most usually if you have any some operator or production worker, okay, so maybe for example that one you have uh shift 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. So total is 12 hours. So this one you can set early they can clock in what time, latest they can clock out what time. So for example, early they can clock in 5 p.m. and then last they can latest clock out they can clock in until 9 a.m. So this purpose to prevent any shift overlap, commonly used in the shift across midnight. So usually is this one is for the across midnight for the shift lah. So you can setting for the manually earliest on this one. Okay, manual earliest and latest clock out. So usually it's a midnight shift lah. So if you have any staff using the midnight shift, yes, we suggest you use this one for earliest in time in to setting and latest out lah on this one. Right, so this one is for the manual list. So next is the shift allowance. Total allowance, how many minimum workers are working hours to get the shift allowance? Is that 8 hours, 4 hours? And you need to select the payroll item. Why you need to select the payroll item means if you didn't select any payroll item for this shift, right, if you want to enable the shift allowance, then automatically system will not sing your allowance because system won't detect which this is the sync to the payroll or not. So make sure you select the payroll item here. Alright, so next is for the OT limit. So this is for the OT limit. You can set limit for the OT on this shift only. Alright. So this is for the OT limit. You can set the as a limit for the OT. And the next is for each half day. This one is recommended if you have the staff work on the Saturday. So maybe you have the half day on the Saturday, right? So you can set as a shift half day, especially for the Saturday, right? So this is the, if let's say half day, we can select the enable here lah. Okay. So last one is a pre-approved. So what is the pre-approved? So pre-approved means maybe you have something maximum hours per day, but OT also for 4 hours OT. So let's say for example, Your shift starts 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. Then OT start 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. So this is the pre-approved. So maybe the system will detect the OT 3 until 7 p.m. is a 4 hours OT on this one. Alright, so pre-approved for 4 hours, and then must complete the 4 hours and will get the OT. If you're not uh fully 4 hours, maybe below 4 hours, will not detect as a OT. Alright, so this is for the pre-approved. So next is half day leave. You must set 9 until 1, 2 until 5. Example like this one. So this is the example to set the half day leave. So make sure in the shift you already set the half day leave on this one. Alright. Okay. So next below here is the break. You can add the break time. So maybe you can best break when until when, or you have flexible. So if let's say flexible, you can enable here and you can put the 1 hours. Make sure 1 hour is a break is a 1 hours only. So must put your break timing and time out lah for the break start and break in. Flexible, you just first key in here, and then flexible put 1 hours here, then automatically system will detect based on 1 hours lah. This one, and then click save button. That's all. So this is how to create the shift on this one. Alright, so this is the example we already created lah. So this is all the shift we already created on this one. Okay, so this is how to set the shift. Next, we go to the overtime pattern. Okay, so this is overtime pattern. Alright, so for your information, our system will already create your off day, rest day, work day, public holiday. So this one is already created on behalf of you, right? So if let's say you have some of the special, or maybe you want to set the fixed rate, so you can click add new here, and please enter the name and the code. All right. So this one for the what is that for the work day? You can untick this of day, rest day, and holiday. Okay. So this is the limit hours range. So if let's say you have fixed, you can put the fixed, and then please put the amount fixed. 1 hours system will. What is a 1 hours amount? Maybe 1 hours. What is the amount for the this overtime? Okay. So you can select that. Maybe 1 ringgit, maybe 2 ringgit, or maybe 20 ringgit or 18 ringgit. So depends on your company practice. All right. So next, maybe it's not all, but it's certain have this fixed allowance. You can consider, you can filter here, or you can manual selection. Is that two only? You can manual selection. Oh, if let's say it's available all, yes, you need to select the available all. You can just click next. But if you certain only, you can filter option here lah, based on gender, based on employee type, based on the employee status. It depends on company practice. Okay, so it depends on the who we will get this fixed allowance. Fixed OT rate on this one. Okay, so this is how to create the overtime. Or if let's say you have maybe 8 hour, especially for the rest day, off day, and public holiday, right? So first 8 hours is 2.0 rate, and after 8 hours 1 minute is considered have the 3.0. So no problem. So this one we have already created on behalf of you. Something like this one, example. Right, so 8 hours is 2.0, and after 8 hours, 1 minute and above, considered as a 3.0 rate. Okay, all right. So if you all, so you can select all available user. By default, it's to be set as a all available user lah on this one. All right, so this is for the overtime pattern. So maybe you have some special requirement overtime, maybe it's a fixed rate, or maybe have certain have get this overtime rate or something, you can filter from here. Right, so who we're gonna get this OT rate or something, that one you can set from here. All right, so next we go to the once you already create your overtime pattern, so next we go to the schedule. All right, so this schedule is more important actually. So any attendance shift will detected based on the schedule you assign it, right? So this is the schedule. All right, so you can click add new button here. Right, so please enter the schedule name, and then the schedule label, the code. Okay, so which shift for this set as a default shift? If let's say 9 until 6, you can tick here, and then you can click here button here, something like this one. This is exclude, you need to include. If you want to include the shift, so please select which shift you want to include it, and then tick icon here. All right, so next is below here is for the enable exception. This one is exception if you want to detect the late in, absent, and also for the early out. Okay. Below here is for work schedule. You can select all the enable all the shift, rest day, and off day. So how many days for the rest day, and how maximum numbers of the day is for the off day. I like this one. Okay, and then below here, right, so nothing schedule, right, so you can click button here and you can select which shift, and then you can select week 1, week 2, sorry, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Until Friday here, you can select the shift, which shift you want to select it. You can scroll or you can enter which shift you want to use selected, something like this one. Okay, and then you click apply. Then here we already set the shift here. And then next, I want to set the off day for the rest day for the Saturday. Apply. Right, so next for the off day. So this is like example. Click here. So now we already set the shift, but default shift, and also Saturday and Sunday, rest day and off day. Okay, and then duty roster control means if you enable this one, right? So supervisor and admin is allowed to change the shift for certain date. So after that, we're going to show you how to set the shift or change after you already assign the schedule, but you want to change the certain shift on that day, on that month. So here need to active here and need to allow the function. Okay. All right. So next we go to the holiday. All right. So this is the holiday. Country is Malaysia, and state is for the, so let's say for example Selangor. So you can select the Selangor. So only the Selangor public holiday only will appear here lah. Okay. So like this one example, Merdeka. Alright, so here if you enable, so employee will not be entitled to holiday if he or she is absent on that working day immediately before or after the holiday is considered absent. So no holiday. this one. So means holiday, it will automatically change from holiday to work day on that public holiday. If you enable this one, if you know, so means it maintain as the public holiday. Right, next we go to the overtime. All right, so overtime, need to enable active the overtime. If you want to starting early, this schedule have the early overtime, you can active. If don't have, just disable only. Then we consider as a late overtime lah. So means after working hours. Alright, so this is the auto. So overtime approve method is auto. Auto approval method. So intersect, actual, and pre-approve means if you enable this one, staff need to request the overtime. If you want to automatically system detect the overtime, please select the actual hours here. So means after working hours, consider as the overtime. Right? So this is, we have the rounding method if you want to using. And if you have the overtime allowance, you can select the which payroll item for this overtime. Alright, so we have the during working hours, off day, rest day, and public holiday. So you need to set what is the minimum hours will detect the overtime. Is that minimum is 1 hours? After 1 hours, consider have the OT or maybe 30 minutes. So depends on your company practice. And what is the maximum hours for have the over? So means until how many hours you will get the overtime. Right, so once already select the minimum and maximum, and then select the overtime rate, we already create under overtime pattern there. Right, so you need to select it. So once already selected like this one, then automatically no need to set the rate. So automatically system will already appear this is the rate. So that one's rate is depends on the overtime pattern already created. Right? And then you let's say you have the allowance overtime for work day, so you can put 1 day or maybe on that day, work day is how many get the allowance. It depends on your company practice. Alright, so this is optional. Same with the off day. What is the off day pattern? Something like this one. And we need to set the minimum and maximum over time. And then scroll down a bit, you can same with the rest day and public holiday. So you need to select the minimum and or maximum overtime, and then what is the overtime rate, you need to select it here. Okay. Alright, so next we go to the attendance. So this is the attendance clocking. Alright, so auto means we list all the clocking during on that day. So means first clocking until last clocking. So we list all the clocking on this one. But if you select first in and last out, right? So means your system will show you in and out only the data. But no worries, we have in the attendance there, we have the raw data button. So you can click from raw data, you can check the clocking and clock out there. Right? So here we have the grace period for late in, grace period for late early out. You can select it here. Alright, so here clocking method. We have for this system we have the web browsing clocking. So meaning to say if you're not able to clocking via apps, you can allow to clocking use the web browsing to clocking. Alright. So where to if you enable this one, right? If you want to clocking via webs, right? There's a right menu here. Okay. So there's an icon here, web clocking capture. You can click web clocking capture here. Right? So you can make sure your laptop have the camera. Then you need to enable the camera and you can clocking for the first clocking. And if you end of the day for end of your working for today, you click clock out here. Right, so this is for the web clocking. So in the apps, yes, we have this one similar. We have the button clock in and clock out. So similar with the web clocking on this one. Okay, we move back to the our setting just now. Right, just now for the web browser clocking. Alright, so if you want to enable location specific clocking, this one it depends on the location you assign in the profile employee. There is a work column and then it's a work location there. So if you enable this one, right, so it follow based on the location you assign it to the employee. Alright, so mobile app clocking, yes, we need to enable here. And mobile app offline clocking means let's say your staff have issue on the internet, something like that, right? So you can allow them to offline clocking here. And last one is mobile app Wi-Fi clocking. So if you enable this one, right? So you must connect with the Wi-Fi and then you can able to perform clocking, right? So this is for the web clocking method. Clocking method, right? So next we have the request. Alright. So just now you show first I will show you for the my request in that one, right? So this one if you want to require to enter the reason, required to enter the remarks, add the attachment, so depends on your side lah. So you can hide means will not appear in the apps or web portal, that one. Optional means appear but no even want to uh, select the reason or not, depends, it's optional, no mandatory. So required means is required to select the reason now why, and then same with the reason and same with the remarks and attachment. So you can select the hide, optional or required, so depends on your practice lah. Okay, so this is the part you can setting for request side, especially for the reason, remark, attachment, or cost center. It depends your practice. Okay. Alright, so this is for the schedule. Okay, next we go to the location. Alright, so this is the place you can add on the location. Alright, so you can enter the name, location report. Alright, so you can enter the your address. If you forgot the longitude latitude, right, you can search your place here. Automatically system will detect. If you forgot your address, you can enter direct here, search where is your place, and then automatically system will detect you longitude and latitude. But the clocking radius meter you can extend 100, 200, 250, 300, depends on your practice. Okay. By default is a 50, but you can increase more than 100 lah on this one. Alright, so this is how to add the location. Alright, so this is the list of the location we already created. This is the example on this one. Alright, so this is the location you can add on. But how to assign the location? Okay, so if let's say you have location that one, right? So you can select the directory here and select the employee here. So you need to select the location below here. What is the location? Alright, so this is the example lah. Okay, maybe when you during the implementation stage, right? So implementer will show you more details about how to import the lump sum for the location for each employee. So this one I just show you how to assign by individually on this one. Okay, so maybe in the during implementation stage, you can discuss with your implementer after this. Okay. All right. So next we go to the daily allowance. Right. So this is the daily allowance. Okay. So maybe you have three different rate amount for the 2 hours, maybe 10 ringgit. Maybe after 2 hours, 3 until 5 hours, have the 20 ringgit. And then maybe an up and there, so maybe 7 hours and above, you have 30 ringgit on this one, right? So this is the example I already create you here, right? So first 20 ringgit example. Okay, so this is for the workday, especially for the workday. So make sure you need to if you want to sync the payroll, so you must select what is the payroll item here, and then shift, is it for certain shift or maybe all the shift? Okay, and then this is a criteria how to get this allowance, right? So this is the criteria. The next is for the condition. Condition means is based on certain employee only. Maybe all, maybe certain department you can filter here. Here we can filter, or you can manual selection. Here lah, on this one. Okay. So this is the how to set the maid allowance. So if you have different rate, so you need to create a new allowance lah, like this one. Maid allowance 1, maid allowance 2, maid allowance 3. So no need to assign. This one is automatically system will auto calculate on behalf of you lah for the how to get the maid allowance on this one. Okay. Alright, so this is for the daily allowance. Next, for the monthly allowance. So monthly allowance mean if you have the 100 allowance, to get this one lah, something like this one. So this is the criteria, and this is the allowance. So if let's say you have the if you want to link to the payroll, so you must select the payroll item here lah, and then you can set the criteria to get this allowance. And next is conditional deduction. So conditional deduction, if you want to deduct the monthly allowance there, so counter back lah. So what is the amount? If you want to use the formula, you can select the formula here lah. Alright, so formula based on what? Is that thickness, early out, or this one you can select it, or amount, you can put the amount lah. Okay, and then what is the criteria on this one? Right, so something like this one. Alright, so condition means you want to select a certain employee lah on this one. Alright, so this is the monthly allowance. Alright. So this is how to set the sheet attendance setting here. So now we go back to our slide. So next we go to the attendance simulation. Alright, so attendance simulation, we are focused on the how to view the attendance, how to view the details of the attendance based on individual attendance, and also daily attendance. And next we go to the how to assign the shift. Let's say you want to change the certain date on that week or maybe on that month, and then for certain employee. So we go back to our system. Maybe I'm going to show you first for the duty roster first. Yeah. Alright. So first we go to the attendance here. Okay. So we click the attendance here. Alright, so first we go focus on the how to assign the, maybe you want to change the shift on that day or certain day, you can click the duty roster week here. Okay. Alright, so left menu, this is all the list of the shift. So depends on the shift you created lah. So maybe 10, it will show you 10 shift here. If you say more than 10, it will list all the shift here. Alright. So this one is for the no worry, it's not list on in the one list, but it will separately based on your maybe the department lah. So based on your department here. Okay. So maybe you want to change certain date. So maybe example 13 you want to change the shift A to shift B. Example. So this one I check first. Then I want to change. They say on that day on 13 is should be is a flexi. So based on the uh, supervisor side, so maybe supervisor want to change or this date is not shift A but they want to change based on shift B. So first you need to select which shift. Click here. Okay. Okay, click the shift here and then which date you want to change. So you can select here. Example. Okay. So if you want to save, please tick the checkbox here. Okay, and then click the publish change. Then click publish button. Then pop up this message. Some employee details are blank for are you sure want to proceed to publish? Click yes. Right, so automatically the shift already changed. But no worries, so this one is automatically system will auto change your shift on this one. Okay, so once you already update here, publish and automatically in the individual attendance there is automatically change the shift on the on this data. Okay, so maybe you don't want to use this one, but you want to use based on assign shift. Yes, you can. You can click assign shift here. Then you can select start with date until when. Then you can select which shift you want to assign it. Okay. Once you already selected which shift you want to assign it, so search which employee. So you can search from here lah. Which employee you want to assign it. Then click confirm here. So once you already click confirm here, then automatically system will auto update your shift here. And then just click tick the checkbox there, then click the publish change. Now automatically will update to the individual attendance there. Okay, so this is for the this is by weekly. If you want to use by month, you can go back to the attendance here and you can click the duty roster month here. Then you can select it by monthly here lah. Similar with the weekly, but this one is a monthly lah. You can select which shift, then you can change on this one. Right, so here you can filter based on company or maybe based on individual. This one is a group by lah. Then you can select the employee to appear here and you can change on this one. Alright, so like this one you can select and you can change here. something like this one. Okay, and then select and click publish. Click publish change, then proceed. Then automatically will update it here lah. Alright, so this is how to assign the shift or to change the shift for certain date without the request. But this one for the admin or supervisor side will have the staff to change the shift lah. So this is without the request. So means admin or supervisor side proceed to change the shift using the duty roster here lah. Okay. Alright, so this is for the duty roster week and duty roster month. Okay, so after this, we continue. We focus on the daily and individual attendance there. Actually, it's a similar, but for daily it's a one day by day lah. So individual attendance means each employee 1 month attendance. Or that one we can select the what we call that the date range for the individual. But for the daily attendance, we based on date by date. So example, okay, first I show for the daily lah. This is the example for daily, right? So this is for daily. So individual also same the pattern like this one, but this one is based on individual lah. But for the list, that one day by day, but for daily one date here, we will show you all the employee here. Okay, so like this one. Right, so from here we can able to check the shift. What is the actual hours set column here? Actually, you can select this employee. This is the details of the shift. Maybe if they say you have the OT, will show here. So if let's say you want to see the raw clocking from the mobile, right? You can click the raw clock data here. So we list out all the clocking via apps, or maybe from the device, or maybe from the web clocking, or maybe from the apps on this one lah. So it will show all the clocking raw data from here lah, from this column. Okay, so this is for the in and out will appear. Okay, so here have the allowance if you have the allowance, and also we have allow you to click the shift details. You want to change the shift on that day, also can from here. And also you can also allow to system allow you to then manually adjust your in and out on this one. Okay, so we go on water break. So after this we continue 11:15. We continue 15-minute water break. 11:15 we continue our training. So maybe after this we go to the how to do the batch process, how to assign the schedule, and so on this one. Okay, so we're gonna see you on 11:15, and after 11:15 we continue our training. Right, thank you so much. Alright, so we continue our training. Okay. Alright, so just now we already done for how to use the duty roster and view from the daily attendance. Alright, so hold on, yeah. Let me share my screen back from the system. So this one for based on the daily attendance. Here for the individual attendance. So here you can select the range. Okay, so from where until when, and can apply. So this is for individual. Here for the date. Right, so here for the details lah. The details similar with the daily attendance. Okay, so but this one is based on the date range lah. So date and what is the clock in and clock out, and this is, let's say if you have any status or something, that one you can from here lah. Alright. So next. Next is for the batch. So how to assign batch schedule and how to process after you assign the batch schedule. Okay. So how to assign the batch schedule means this one, if you want to assign the schedule for one for more than 5 or maybe, so you can select the date range and which schedule, right? So make sure schedule this list of the schedule based on the schedule setting there you already created. Okay, and then click continue. So if you select this schedule for all is the same, so select the all available. But if let's say it's certain only, maybe certain department only, you can filter option here. Okay, so once you already assigned it, okay, then you can go to the batch process. So batch process means we need to do the batch process to process all the attendance, the schedule already assigned it, and automatically system will update your attendance and with the shift you already assigned based on the schedule. Okay, so how to set? So please select the date range and then tick the here, the last one, and which schedule you assign it. Okay, and then continue. That's all. And click process. Okay, so if let's say if you want to assign individual or maybe certain employee, you can click staff schedule here. Then you can add the schedule button here. Okay, and then you can start date when we started use this schedule. Okay, so this is the example. You can assign based on individual or you can use the batch schedule. All right. Okay, so next, beside we have the batch process, we also have the manually do the batch in and out. One time lah on this one. What date, for clock in, what time, and location, and continue, and based on condition, based on which employee, depends on your company practice. Then after done, you click the clock out. Then put the clock out timing, location, continue, which employee, then process. That's all for the clock in and clock out. And we have the change day type. For certain day you want to change based on from work day to off day, also can use on this one lah. So this one is a batch updated. All right. So next, okay. So this one for request on behalf or approve on behalf, only for the admin side only. So maybe so this one is for super admin only. Will allow you to request or approve on behalf. Okay. So similar with my request and my approval, that one is based on individual. But this one, admin can approve and assign the shift based on the approve on behalf and request on behalf. So this one super admin allowed to do this one. Okay, something like this. So you can request and you can approve. If let's say if you want to approve, right? So make sure it's approved. You need to select which approval you want to approve on behalf. you need to select from here lah, which approval you want to approve on behalf. Okay. Right. So this is for the approve and request on behalf from the attendance side. All right. Okay, so we move to another slide. Right, so this is for import clock data. So usually it's an import clock data means, let's say, if you want to import from another device to our system, but this one is a more to special requirement. So maybe you want to automatically detect it from the other device to to our system to sync together auto. This one, yes, you need to upload. Maybe you need to provide the file and need to upload the cloud. So this one, maybe you can discuss further with the implementer on this one. Maybe you have some requirement or maybe somehow the special requirement from your end. So this one, from implementer will advise you which better. Another option, we have the import timesheet. Import timesheet means you for import time in and out only lah. So you need to key it in and you need to key it out manually and then import to our system. So this one another option lah for if let's say if you don't want to import, maybe you want to auto sync to our system. So yes, we have that option, but you need to discuss with the implementer lah on this one, right? So this is we have the option to import. If let's say you have something special requirement on this one. Okay, so next we go to the attendance report. Right, so this is the attendance report. How to go to the attendance report? First, we have the icon report here and go to the attendance. All right, so below here, all the list of the attendance we have from the system. Right, so let me share my screen. Okay, so go to the report here and then go to the attendance. All right, so this is the list of the attendance report. Okay, so usually we are focused for individual attendance report, daily attendance report, daily time card interactive. So others you can view lah. So you can view the overtime history. We have the overtime detail also, and we have the pending report, especially for pending incomplete, overtime, and pending absent. If let's say your staff have request that one lah. So first we go to the attendance report, individual attendance report, something like this one. Okay, and then we click generate. Hold on ya. Right, so this is the report for the individual attendance report, like this one. Okay, we have the subtotal here. You can view from the subtotal here and the remarks on this one. And here we have the print. You can click as a print and you can click export Excel also. Okay, so print option, if you have any add-on, so you can filter display, so you can allow or prepare sign or check by signature. So this one you can enable. Then you can click the print button. Okay, so this is for the report individual attendance. So daily, same with the like this one, but this one is by daily. will show date and list all the employee and then what is the time in and time out. All right. So for the daily time card, interactive, like this one. When you click generate report here, all right. So here, we allow you to untick or tick which column you want to appear in the report. Something like this one. You can untick and you can tick if you want to enable. Okay. So from here, you also allow to change the column here. So, but it depends on your practice now. Okay. So this one is automatically we already get the total here. And here we only can export at Excel only at the moment. So PDF, if you want to generate as a PDF, you can use the individual attendance or daily attendance or daily time card details here. So for interactive, only allow you to export by Excel only. Okay. So this is for the daily time card. Okay, so we have others. So here we have option of the overall, we have the employee overtime history, and we have the overtime details. Okay, and also we have the overtime details interactive. So this is for the overtime details. All right, so we have also the overtime details interactive, something like this one. Okay, so you can print Excel export here, or you can print as a PDF. All right, so we have also pending. So it will show you which approval level is pending. So here also you can untick or tick the which column you want to appear in. Okay, so and also we have the pending absent also, right? So similar with the overtime pending. And also we have the lateness. So if you have any lateness, we will appear here the total hours for the lateness. And we have also the interactive. Yeah, and total hours let in. Okay. So we also have the early out, and also we have the unauthorized. And we have also for the monthly details, monthly allowance. So for the daily allowance only will appear under the individual attendance there. And then we have the timesheet summary, and we have the activity, individual activity log lah to view. To view your clock in and clock out working hours here lah, which the location you clock in and clock out. So this is the report you're able to view on this one. Okay, so here are the list of the report of the attendance. Usually focus for the individual attendance or daily time card interactive usually, but it depends on your side lah, which report you want to generate. Here is the list of the report you able to view it on this one. All right, so next, log shift. Okay, so this is the log shift. This is the last one step actually. All right, so why we need to log the shift? Yeah, the concept of the system, the payroll is related with the attendance, especially staff have the what we call that, the OT, and maybe some of the staff have the daily allowance or monthly allowance via attendance. Okay, so this one you must perform the log shift. So if you didn't perform the log shift, right, so automatically system will not sync your OT or maybe daily allowance or monthly allowance there. Okay, so how to perform log shift? Okay, let me show you. We go back to the attendance here. All right, so there's a badge. Okay, so you need to click the log badge log shift. All right, so previously it's marked as a pending. Okay, so now we need to perform log here and then click continue. All right, so for the log, make sure the range is followed based on your cutoff period, especially for the shift, for the OT. So you need to follow the cutoff you set based on the policy payroll you already set. Maybe after this now. All right. So follow the cutoff based on your cutoff period in the setting there, payroll policy there, and then select log and continue. So why we need to follow? Because maybe some of the company based on the 25th until 24, maybe 1 until end of the month. So maybe 15 until 16. So make sure if you want to log, make sure it's based on the cutoff period. Okay. Once already logged, then automatically system then when you perform payroll, you process the payroll. When you sync that, you pull attendance. So we follow based on your cutoff and date range you log from the attendance there. Okay, so this is the important part. So you must log the attendance. If you not log the attendance, so maybe we have another option on that one. If you want to log, if you didn't want log also can. If you want to log also can. But recommended is you must log lah. Log for the based on the cutoff, and then total based on the total OT hours will based on your log attendance there. Okay. And then once already logged, if you want to unlock, maybe for certain date, you can select the certain date here, and you can select the mark as a pending. So automatically system will unlock your shift, and then you can perform to edit or something you want to adjust it, and then please log back the attendance based on the date you selected. All right. And then once you already log, the automatically system will log lah. No worries, system will still allow you to edit after you log, no issue. So far, no issue on this one. Okay, so you can unlock and you can change. After change, you need to log back. This one. If you didn't unlock, sorry, so you didn't log, so maybe this date not appear in the list of the OT. So maybe miss out the OT hours or something that one, right? So double check again, already logged or not, this one. Okay. All right. So this is how to log on the shift. All right. If let's say if you want to log individual, can, or maybe you want to log certain date only, can, you can select the attendance, individual attendance. Okay. So maybe you want to certain date you want to log on this one. You can click edit here, you select which date and you click edit here and click action button here, click log shift. Then automatically system will change as a log. This one status will show you as a log. If you want to unlock back, you can click action button here, unlock shift, something like this one. Okay, so this is let's say you want to log certain date for certain employee lah. All right. Okay, so this is how to log the attendance. Okay. All right, so this is our training summary. Apply and approve time application, set up shift working hours, set up overtime rates, set up shift schedule, assign employee schedule, use duty roster, monitor employee attendance, view and resolve exception status, view report, and last one is a log shift attendance. All right, so thank you so much for your time. So this is time for Q&A. So if you have any question, so please drop your Q&A, your question in the Q&A session there. Then I will answer to you immediately on this one. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. So please, if you have any questions, so please enter in the Q&A session there. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day.